Hi, thank you for checking this one out. Last week, Jesus healed Peter's mother-in-law. This week, he travels throughout Galilee and preaches in various synagogues throughout. It's just a reference to the fact that he did, and then also the fact that he healed a lot of people. So there were a couple of things in this study that I wanted to point out. There's more in the post that you can read about the Decapolis and different things like that. But so for one, Matthew calls out epilepsy separately from demon possession. So there's still some debate about whether demon possession at the time may have been confused with other illnesses. And certainly it may be true that people without advanced medical knowledge attributed certain diseases to demon possession. But Matthew's reference to demon possession and epilepsy in two separate kind of bullets of the same sentence sort of demonstrates that Matthew separated those things. There's some debate about that. You can look at the blog, but in my opinion, it shows that he separated those two concepts. And there's a prevailing sentiment that demon possession it maybe isn't even a real thing, but so I generally try to post some things that raise questions about, well, if there weren't really demons, then who was Jesus talking to when he would tell them to get out? And why didn't he heal people that same way when he was healing regular illnesses? So there are other things to consider, but I wanted to point that out. And then the other thing is that in some of these passages, Jesus gets up super early in the morning while it's still dark. So let's not even talk about what time of the day that would have been. But it was still dark, and he prioritized his prayer time. And so it was a priority, number one. It was private, number two. And it was premier as far as being the first thing he did during the day before any other distractions came his way. So it gets a little deep at the end of this post. Maybe I mean I don't want to say it gets deep as if I'm bragging on my own thought processes, but I really feel like I had this sort of revelation when I was studying prayer that translates to the preaching aspect as well. So Jesus' relationship with God and the necessity of prayer, the necessity of nurturing that relationship and engaging God on a daily basis, number one, gave him power and authority. Number two was essential to his effective ministry, that he was prayed up, as they say. And then also words, Jesus is called the Word. And this excerpt that I put in there explains how our word is our bond. That's how we bind ourselves to another person. And so Jesus being the Word is God's own covenant. It's that binding oath that redeems us. And so when he preaches and he delivers the word, and his mission is to do that in as many places as possible, he is that that communication direct from God, that covenant between God and man. And I saw it in a new way this time. And so maybe I'm not conveying that as well as I would like to, but take a look at the blog post, and hopefully the excerpt that I included will help you to see kind of what I'm talking about. Anyway, thanks a lot for looking, and I'll see you next time.